Today we're going to clear the fog around applicant tracking systems. We'll tell you what ATS is, what actually goes on inside these systems, and what you should and shouldn't do to make sure that your resume gets in front of a recruiter in one piece. ATS is a kind of software that companies use to manage the hiring process. HR departments use it to store the information of job candidates, including resumes and cover letters, track the candidate's application status, and track candidates through the interview process. When you upload your resume to an online job portal or send it to the company, the ATS parses it. This means it reads it and extracts the information. It may be able to read the actual text from your file, or it might use technology called optical character recognition to read your resume like an image and extract the text that way. If you've ever uploaded your resume to a company's website and been asked immediately to re-enter all of your information, this is actually the company doing you a solid and making sure their ATS doesn't misread your resume info, even though it's annoying. Some companies don't do that though, and depending on the software, it's possible that an ATS might misread or miscategorize the information on your resume. That's called a parsing error. To remove all doubt from your mind, you may want to optimize your resume for ATS compatibility. Here's how to do that. Use a single column layout. Apparently, some older ATS systems struggle with resumes that have multiple columns because they parse the resume text from left to right, top to bottom, so the information gets mixed up. This is the simplest kind of resume format. It may look boring, but it's easy for ATS software to parse. No tables, text boxes, or images. Text boxes with borders might introduce gibberish or confuse some ATS systems, so remove them along with all images. Only use standard fonts. Use the default font of whatever program you use to create your resume. Use standard section headers. The parser is looking for recognizable headers for your resume sections, like work experience, education, skills. Don't use creative or non-standard alternatives. If you write professional highlights, my story, or core competencies, some systems won't know what to do with that. Export correctly. If you're submitting a PDF, export it directly from Word or Google Docs. PDFs scanned from paper, image-based PDFs, or PDFs created with certain design tools can be completely unreadable to the parser. If they ask you for a docx file, then send that. If you want a resume that's already optimized to be parsed by ATS, check out our ATS optimized resume templates. They're built specifically to avoid every parsing issue we covered, and they still look good to the human on the other end. And they're free. After parsing, the ATS extracts all the information from your resume and stores it in an easily searchable format so that all applications can be compared against each other. There's one key misconception about ATS systems that people online love to argue about. Do ATSs actually reject candidates before recruiters get the chance to see the application? The answer is no, but with an asterisk. ATS software can reject applications automatically with what are called knockout questions, or more politely, screening questions. These are questions that determine someone's eligibility for the job on a very basic level. Things like, do you currently reside in the state where the job is being offered? Or are you legally permitted to work in the United States? Answering no to these questions, or not answering at all, will result in instant disqualification. All the applicants who aren't rejected by knockout questions are still sorted and can still be seen. Now, whether or not an HR employee chooses to read every application or reply to them is a personal choice, but ATS is technically not stopping them from seeing your application. Employers search through applications and filter resumes based on keywords that they set, job titles, locations, and whatever they want. For example, if they're looking for a candidate with a very specific skill. The software shows applicants who match these search filters and hides the rest. What you should do is make sure your resume uses the same words and phrasing as the job ad or job description. Recruiters might search for these specific keywords when they sort applications, and you don't want yours to get overlooked just because you worded something differently. Actually, some guy on Reddit said that you shouldn't tailor your resume because it'll make companies blacklist you. That guy is probably talking about the fact that a company can save your candidate information in its ATS for as long as it wants. And if it receives multiple applications with vastly different resumes under your name, a recruiter might judge that as untrustworthy. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't tailor your resume. It just means you shouldn't spam one company with multiple applications for different roles. If you want to know how well your resume actually performs in an ATS, don't guess. Test it. Just put it into an online ATS checker or parser. I'll link one in the description. As always, check out our website for more resume and cover letter resources, and good luck on your job search.